ESPN's coverage of college football presented by Cars.com. East Lansing, Michigan hosts the 104th meeting between Michigan and Michigan State. The Spartans have won 3 straight in the rivalry, winning the last 2 against unbeaten Wolverine teams. Michigan is undefeated again, but many feel things will be different this year for the Maize and Blue. We're about to find out. Michigan State wearing an alternative uniform. Michigan came up in its normal traditional road unis, but then changed to a legacy uniform right before kickoff. And Michigan will start with the football on the 20-yard line. Temperature around 50 degrees. And the winds could blow up to 40 miles an hour. What does that mean for the players and coaches? As a coach, you want to start this game with momentum. I love Michigan State. They deferred. They took the win. They're going to try to back Michigan up here, get the crowd in a frenzy, and play some great defense. I think the difference is, as you watch this game unfold, it'll affect Michigan's offense more. Why? Because they like to throw the ball down the field. That's a big part of their offense. Michigan 6-0, ranked 11th. Michigan State 4-1. Its lone loss against Notre Dame. Its last game was 2 weeks ago, a win in Columbus against Ohio State. Denard Robinson, who leads the Big Ten in total offense. Offensive player of the year a year ago, will throw, but there's a flag down on first down. Hemingway slammed down at the 25. It's a gain of 5.
Offside defense. Number 99. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Take a look at our impact players. Junior Denard Robinson, one of the most explosive players in college football, but 9 interceptions this season.
Wide receiver Junior Hemingway uses his size, 6'1", 222 pounds, to go up and make plays for quarterback Robinson.
You have a guy like Max Bull who lines everybody up, allows Pat Narduzzi, the defensive coordinator, a comfort level because he knows his guys will be in position.
Michigan took the penalty, so 1st and 5 at the Wolverine 25. And Robinson off play action. It's Jeremy Gallen, no running room. Isaiah Lewis takes him down for minimal gain.
Again, Michigan is going into the win, so you will see a lot of short passes just to get Denard Robinson going. And plus, the fact that they can't throw the ball deep into this win, one, because Denard doesn't have a strong enough arm to fight through that win. And that's going to affect their offense and play calling on this first series.
Brady Hope, first year as the Michigan head coach. Devin Gardner in at quarterback. Denard Robinson lining up as a wide receiver. They did this a lot last week against Northwestern, and you saw Robinson in motion, but it's Gardner keeping, finding a running lane, and getting the first down to the 31-yard line. Gardner is a sophomore from Detroit. He's thrown 7 passes this year and has a rushing touchdown.
That tells you the value of a Denard Robinson against Northwestern. They ran the jet sweep with him. They faked the jet sweep through a play action pass. At some point today, you look for a double pass out of that formation.
You always have to account for number 16, no matter where he lines up, quarterback or receiver.
Chris, he's the difference maker on this field. After watching film of Michigan State and Michigan, he's the guy that every time touches the ball, you got to keep an eye on him.
Here's Robinson on first down. He'll hand it off to Vincent Smith. A big running lane against a Michigan State team that comes in number 1 in the country in total defense and allowing just 10 points per game, 3rd fewest in college football.
This will be a good chess match. Offense coordinator Al Borges, he's a West Coast disciple. That's his whole background. To see him change the offense to utilize Denard Robinson's skill to run his spread and to run in single wing, which is direct snap to Denard Robinson. Give him a lot of credit. To win games, they had to make some changes.
Different from what Rich Rodriguez did with Robinson last year. 2nd and 1. And they get the first down with Smith and more. Smith all the way to the 34-yard line.
Well, you catch him on a little bit of blitz here. Number 28, Allen's going to come in and free right there on the blitz and make an open field tackle. When you miss open field tackles on the blitz, the back end has their backs turned because there's man-to-man defense behind that. You have a chance to make a play, make the play. It's a good call by Pat Narduzzi, just a lack of execution, and you're grasping it out.
20 on the 29 of Michigan State. Robinson trying to pick a hole. He can't. No gain on the play. The Spartans were all over that. Denikos Allen leading the charge for MSU.
That's the offense that Urban was talking about when referred to the old-time single wing. That's basically just a direct snap to the tailback. And Al Bohr just likes to get Denard Robinson involved in a running game with a lead blocker.
He's their best ball carrier. Like I said earlier, he's the guy he's a difference maker on the field. Single wing football is nothing more than I formation plays, direct snap to the quarterback.
Michigan State shut him down last year. Held him to about 4 yards a carry and about 100 yards under his season average for rushing. He also threw 3 picks. Here he has a completion. It's junior Hemingway who's knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line, just short of a first down, bringing up third down.
This is hard to defend now. This is single wing look. He's going to run the ball and then pull the ball down and pass it. You're putting your defense in a run-pass conflict in that kind of play action.
If I'm Mark D'Antoni, I call the official and say they are blocking downfield. You saw some number 65, Amome down there blocking a linebacker 5 yards down the field. Now, if they have anybody in the booth watching this, they need to get the officials' attention and bring that to their attention right now.
Option play. Robinson with the late pitch to Smith. He cannot get it. Denikos Allen tracked him down. It's fourth down and about 3.
Well, there's a reason why they don't substitute and go nickel, and they play Denikos Allen and Norman. 2 light outside linebackers are 220 pounds. The speed is the key to run down a running back in open field.
How about the decision here, guys? 4th and 3. It's about a 40-yard field goal. Gibbons long as 38, kicking into the wind. Do you like the move?
I like the move, but don't forget that the wind can also affect the snap. Just make sure that the snap is good.
Would you go for it?
This is a tough call. 4th and 2. You might want to think about going for it. He's showing a lot of confidence in his kicker right now. He knows more than we do. He sees him in practice.
And it's a fake. It's Dillio, who's a wide receiver, and Dillio is very close. Chris Norman knocked him down right at the 19-yard line.
I love the call by Brady Hoke.
First down, Michigan.
We talked about how to start a game. Michigan State deferred, wanted to keep Michigan backed up. Michigan has done a phenomenal job moving the ball the length of the field. Call a fake field goal right now. Michigan has quieted this Michigan State crowd.
Robinson a pitch or two. Toussaint, the cutback, gets him to the 15 before he's spilled by Max Bulla, Michigan State's leading tackler. It's a gain of 4.
They've had a lot of success with Denard Robinson in the run game this year, and then they've added an element to it, the play action pass off the single wing run. Look for that right here. Direct snap to Denard Robinson, run downhill. If they uncover receiver, throw the ball.
This is an element, too, that you did not see in Rich Rodriguez's offense out in the red zone. This is the West Coast offense that Al Bohr just brings with a normal I formation.
Play fake for Robinson, in trouble. And Robinson gets away from a defender. There goes Shoelace inside the 5. Touchdown, Michigan.
They're just running an off-tackle power play where they're going to power pass, fake to the tailback. This is a one-man show. Denard Robinson, athletic ability. He's the fastest, most athletic player on the field, and takes it in for 6.
He's the king of almost. The opposing team's film room almost had him. Almost had him. He's the king of it.
Point after by Gibbons. So Michigan picks up a first down on a fake field goal, and then Denard Robinson does his thing. 7-0 Wolverines. Michigan on top of Michigan State 7-0 after a terrific opening drive as the Wolverines march down the field 80 yards. 10 plays. The first rushing touchdown Michigan State has allowed in the last 9 quarters, only the 3rd all year against the Spartan defense. That's hard to do. Not a lot of teams have gone 80 yards against this Michigan State defense in 2011.
Jarrell Worthy, number 99, had a chance to make the play. Did not capitalize.
Nick Hill for Michigan State on the return, and he's knocked down at the 33-yard line. Kirk Cousins, the Spartan senior quarterback, trying to become the first at Michigan State to beat Michigan 3 straight years. Edwin Baker is the running back. And a high pass that gets away from the quarterback Cousins. Keyshawn Martin, the intended receiver. Chris, give us a little perspective here. You played in the Big Ten at Ohio State in a lot of rivalry games. If Michigan State wins, that means the seniors go 4-0 against Michigan. That's never happened.
Well, I think it's a big deal in an interstate rivalry, and one as bitter as this. It's a bitter rivalry. I lived up here for 8 years, and I guess the best way I can put it in perspective that it will haunt you the rest of your life.
And the run, Edwin Baker, who's able to get to the outside. And Baker is in the Michigan territory before he's pushed out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
Big plays happen when wide receivers block downfield. Keep your eyes on number 82, Keyshawn Martin. You'll see him come into your screen. First of all, you get the guys on the ground, which you can't do. See Keyshawn working out there at number 29, Troy Woolfolk. Anytime you can do that, you got a chance for a big play with the ball on the ground.
Baker last year ran for 147 yards, including a 61-yard touchdown in the win over Michigan. From the Wolverine 42. Cousins gonna air it out for Keyshawn Martin. He couldn't hang on. Right off his fingertips. He beat the corner, Troy Woolfolk, but could not hang on to the pigskin.
I love the call. Great throw. We saw Cousins in warm-ups throw great passes all day. He's got the wind at his back. You have to score. That was a great call and a great situation.
Well, he's throwing with the wind, which gives them an opportunity to throw deep. And Michigan loves to play 8-man fronts. As you watch Michigan's defense play, you'll see number 32, Jordan Kovacs, come up into the box and line up beside linebackers. What that does, it leaves the side of the field or the flat areas open, or if you double move, you can go deep because you have a deep third player one-on-one.
Back to the ground, and Baker trying to pick a hole, dragged down from behind by Van Bergen. Our impact players, Kirk Cousins, been a solid starter, senior out of Holland, Michigan. Needs 1 win for 21 at Michigan State, which would tie a school record.
And his favorite receiver, B.J. Cunningham. The thing I like about B.J. is not a body catcher. He's a hand snatcher.
Michigan defensive tackle number 68, Mike Martin. He's a former state wrestling champ. He gets to line up against a freshman center, Travis Jackson.
3rd down and 7. At the 39-yard line. And Cousins. Completion, 1st down. Pulled in by Martin. Defended by Courtney Avery. Moved the sticks for the Spartans.
We were watching Cousins in pregame warmups. He was on fire. He didn't throw a bad ball in warmups. And you can see that carrying over right into this wind. He's coming out of the gate real fast.
Dan Rochar, the offensive coordinator, is definitely trying to get Keyshawn Martin involved in his game plan.
They throw to Martin out of a bunch set, and he is inside the 30. So already 3 targets to Keyshawn Martin, who came in with 19 catches and 3 rushes. And he's one of only a few guys in college football to score a touchdown 5 different ways over the course of his career. We're
seeing right now a little bit of a change of tempo. We saw that on video. They do it once in a while after a good play. That, for example, they lined up quick. They gave him a quad set, 4 receivers to a side, and threw the screen out there real fast before Michigan could get set.
It goes down officially as a run play. 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4.
There's Kovacs sneaking into the picture, number 32.
He run out of a 2 tight end formation, and outside leverage. Baker pushed out of bounds inside the 15 at the 13-yard line by Woolfolk. That's a 12-yard gain.
Oh, this is on Troy Woolfolk for not replacing. I'll show you what I mean. When you see Jordan Kovacs come into your pitcher, number 32, he's being cracked on by the wide receiver. As soon as he's cracked on, he's got to play. He's slow on his read. It's crack and replace. As soon as the defensive back or corner sees the crack or blocked by the receiver on the safety, he's got to come up and be run support. Slow on a run support equals big gain on the ground.
Woolfolk has battled injuries, an ankle problem last year, a hand injury this year. First down at the 13-yard line for Sparty. The pitch to Baker with blockers. First down and to the 1-yard line. First and goal, Michigan State.
Michigan State's putting Michigan on the ground by chopping them. A chop block is when you hit a guy below the knees. There's a guy on the ground, another guy on the ground. Then you have Baker, who's trying to make a statement because he's competing with Le'Veon Bell for carries. If he gets hot, they'll ride him.
You know, I was with Greg Madison in the spring watching Michigan's defense practice. The concerns, they gave up 35 points per game last year. Unheard of for Michigan defense. A lot of these are the same players.
It's Bell, walks in, touchdown, Michigan State. Excuse me, Baker on the touchdown run for the Spartans. A point after away from tying the game at 7.
Michigan State offensive line, Chris, came rocking off the ball. They knocked Michigan back 3 yards.
Extra point ties the contest at 7. Edwin Baker's second rushing touchdown of the season as the Spartans come right back after Michigan's impressive opening drive and tie the game. Back in 1999, Plexico Burris, 255 receiving yards. Bill Burke outplays Tom Brady, and Michigan State beats Michigan. Sparty has knocked off the Wolverines the last 3 times. The last 4-game win streak, you got to go back 1959 to 1962. Michigan State over Michigan. Kicking off. Here's Odoms for the Wolverines. Across the 20-yard line and dragged down, maybe a horse collar at the 22. So Michigan starting this drive on its 6-yard line. Going empty except Denard Robinson.
They're going empty to run it. They're going empty to run it.
Or throw it, and Robinson's pass dangerous, but caught, in Hemingway breaks a tackle. Hemingway all the way to the 35. They get almost 30 as Robinson threw that just over the outstretched arm of a Michigan State defender.
I tell you, that's shown a lot of confidence. Denard Robinson, your own 6-yard line, taking a shot. Very risky throw there. They come out the other end with a 20-yard gain. However, that's a risky throw to be taken from your own end zone.
Nice throw thrown over the outstretched hands of Norman, number 10, the linebacker, who had a beat on the ball. Just didn't have the hops to get to it.
Norman picked Michigan State over Michigan. He's from Detroit. First down after a 29-yard gain at the Wolverine 35. No running room as Robinson gave it to Vincent Smith. Another tackle for a loss for Michigan State. This is Max Bulla making the play. Bulla taking over at linebacker for Greg Jones, an All-American in the middle for Michigan State the last couple of years. And that's the end of the first quarter in East Lansing. We're tied at 7, Michigan and Michigan State. Our rivalry history brought to you by Sprint. It is the 104th meeting, 59th time they played for the Paul Bunyan Trophy. Michigan State has won 3 in a row after Michigan had won 6 straight games.
About Michigan State, I'm sending a thank you note over to Al Borges for taking Denard Robinson out of the quarterback position and lining up at wide receiver.
Yeah, they're going to keep him in here and put Gardner at quarterback.
Give him a thank you note.
Third time Gardner's been on the field, and this is the 16th play for Michigan. They'll hand it off to Robinson, and here comes a reverse, and it's Gallen stepping out at the 43, and then a late hit. 15-yard penalty. Isaiah Lewis came over late for Michigan State after Gallen had stepped out of bounds.
Dead ball, personal foul. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
There's no reason for this, Chris. The guy's 2 yards out of bounds. Pull up, get out of the way. Come on, you got to be smarter than that.
One thing you can do is called save it. That's just throw your hands above your head. Act like you're trying to avoid a hit, but go ahead and bump him anyway.
Gardner is staying in the game. What do you guys think Denard Robinson thinks about this?
Why? I mean, he's a team kid, and he's going to do what he's asked to do. Again, I don't see the purpose of it.
The only thing that I can think of, maybe they believe Gardner is one of your best 11 players on the offensive team. If they are, they have to get him. They owe it to the kid to get him on the field.
Robinson back at quarterback for first down. And Robinson stepping up and throwing, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver, Roy Roundtree. That was catchable. Incomplete.
It's all about the footwork. Whenever he's off target, because he's stepping up and he's chopping his feet and he's trying to throw everything on a run. The last incompletion, we saw the same thing. You see right there, again, he's trying to step up and throw on the run. And this is where he makes his mistakes. Talking to Al Borges, his feet don't get set, his knees aren't bent, and he isn't planting and driving that ball off the back foot.
Catch the ball, though, right off his hands.
I agree.
2nd and 10.
But he's not completely on target. That wasn't a hard throw to make.
7 straight incomplete passes by Denard Robinson. He'll run on 2nd and 10. And Robinson able to pick up a couple. William Golston on the stop. It's 3rd and long.
What you're seeing Michigan State do is they were going to take the receivers out of the game with man-to-man coverage, and we're playing 9 guys within 10 yards. We're going to stop Denard Robinson. They did it last year, and so far they're doing it this year. Chris, give him credit now. I mean, he talked about this in our meeting, Coach Narduzzi. We're going to put 9 guys that contain Denard Robinson.
We're not going to let Denard beat you with what he does best, and that's run the football.
On the 37 of Michigan State, Robinson throws way too high for Gallen. It's 4th down.
Again, it's all with the footwork with Denard Robinson. His feet were parallel. That's why the ball sailed. His hips were pointed toward the sideline. That's why the ball's sailing. He's not stepping into his throw. Watch his footwork right here. See his feet right there? They're parallel side by side. He's not able to step into the throw, and his hips are not pointing to the target.
Hager up to kick it away. And this one way out of bounds. It almost goes into the stands. That's how wide right it was. See where they spot it. I'm going to say touchback. So it'll come out to the 20. Let's go to the studio. So the last couple drives for Michigan State have started deep in its own territory. At the 10, the 5, and again now at the 5.
And remember, they're working into the win. What I think could help Michigan State, they're going to be helped by the clock, if they go a little bit of an up-tempo. Get it going a little bit and get these guys moving.
The play caller, when you're backed up on your own 5-yard line compared to when you're on a 20, is significant. 20, you feel like you got a little room to work. 5-yard line, if you drop back to pass, you're in your own end zone.
Baker is the tailback. 9 carries, 59 yards so far for Michigan State. Lined up a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He'll get it here, running right. And Baker slammed down to the 8-yard line by Thomas Gordon. Michigan out of timeouts. See, this would be a great opportunity to have timeouts if you're Michigan. Stop the clock, get the ball back, good field position. Can't do it.
Again, if you're Michigan State, it seems like they have no interest as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first half of trying to create anything. And that could be the wind that goes into that decision too also, right, Coach?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with this call, especially he's looking right now, like Dave said, there are no timeouts. You can get this thing down to well under a minute if you have to punt the ball.
It's Baker again. Big hole up the middle, and Baker has the first down. Now that you have breathing room and a first down, does that change things for Mark D'Antonio?
Well, I'm looking at the flags right now, and there's about 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts of wind. I can't tell from here if it's on your face. I'd be careful throwing the ball.
It does change because now they're going to the 3 wide receiver package, but they're having a difficult time getting lined up.
So out of an empty set, Cousins, the quarterback. Caught near the 25-yard line by Linthicum, the tight end, his 5th reception of the year. And up-tempo here for the Spartan offense.
Sparty has 2 timeouts left. Now, if you're Michigan, you don't want to play too tight of a coverage. They would be kicking a field goal into the wind, so they need to get extra yards.
Michigan brings pressure. Cousins dumps it off to Nickel. And the former quarterback has a first down to the 35. Clock will stop as they reset the ball and move to chains.
I'm not sure why Kirk Cousins, I mean, every time he's thrown the ball today, he's been pretty much on target.
So let him throw it more is what you're saying. Cousins to Nickel on the sideline, pushed out. About a yard short of a first down at the 44, but the clock will stop with 46 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts left for the Spartans.
And Dan Conroy has a long of 50. That means the ball needs to get down to about the 33-yard line, but again, that would be into the wind, so you got to figure you got to give him a 10 more yard cushion, so you want to get it down to about the 23, where you'd feel comfortable with his leg strength.
Caper, who is their receiving back, is in the game. Michigan bringing pressure again. It was well timed, and Cousins throws incomplete, so now it's 3rd down. Michigan State thought that the Wolverines were offside, bringing that blitz. Clock stopped with 42 seconds left.
Michigan State has 2 timeouts left. You have plenty of time. Take care of your business, get the first down, and then march this thing. Try to take a couple shots, get it down to the 20, 25-yard line.
A little draw play wouldn't be bad here in this situation either, especially if you catch him at blitz and you get through that front line. A lot of times Michigan likes to bring their pressures from outside, leaving the middle of the defense exposed.
Oh, and a broken play. Cousins in trouble, and he'll be short, it would appear, of the first down. Brandon Hawthorne on the tackle. He wasn't on the same page with the running back. But again, Michigan can't stop the clock here. 4th down for Michigan State. You go for it?
No, you absolutely don't.
It's just not worth it. 20 seconds left. If you go for it, you're still going to have to kick a long field goal into the wind. It's not worth it.
You give Michigan a chance to take a shot with a Hail Mary into the end zone. Take the headsets off and go in and adjust.
I'll tell you, both these offenses, Chris, right now, they're discombobulated. There's something going on where they have to get organized at halftime to come back out and have a much stronger second half.
Each team scored a touchdown on its opening possession. And nothing happened on offense since. Let's check in with Quint.
Coach, you've gone to sort of a 2-quarterback approach. What's the mindset behind using both Gardner and Denard Robinson?
Well, a little bit of it is it just because it's part of the offense that we've been working on, you know, when they're both on the field at the same time. And then Devin's, you know, throwing the ball pretty good for us.
Is the wind a factor in that decision?
Well, I think it is all the time, you know, like we talked before the game. You know, there's a lot of wind, so we got to do what we need to do best for Michigan.
Yeah, what have you learned about the wind that you hope to apply in the second half?
Well, you know, the one thing is the kicking game. It's affecting the heck out of that. And, you know, when you have that's a big concern.
Thanks, Coach. Dave.
Sounds like from that he doesn't have confidence in Denard Robinson throwing the football in these conditions. Robinson 3 of 11. Gardner 1 of 3 passing. Michigan and Michigan State tied at 7 after 1 half of play.
For 3 seasons, little brother has been big. Spartans have shined, Wolverines have wilted. They share a place, but divide a state. Rivalry, family, with an axe to grind. Oh, brother.
Well, today they're twin brothers tied at 7, and neither offense doing much here after one half of play in East Lansing as Michigan State tries to beat Michigan for the 4th straight year. With Chris Spielman, Urban Meyer, I'm Dave Pasch. Michigan with an 80-yard drive to start the game. Not a whole lot of offense since. Michigan State with a good first drive. They didn't get a lot of offense going, but they were backed up their last 3 possessions.
Yeah, they were going into the win. First of all, credit to both defenses. I thought Michigan's defense played a great first half after a suspect first drive. If I'm Michigan State's offense, I want to change it up a little bit, Coach. I might up the tempo just to try to get some rhythm, not only for the players, but for the play caller.
Well, they have to do something. And also, Michigan, they're rotating 2 quarterbacks. There's no rhythm right now. And they're taking arguably the best, not only the best player on this field, one of the best in the country, and you're not letting him run the ball. Let him run the ball. Let him do what he does well.
He struggled throwing the ball. In the second quarter, Denard Robinson was 0 of 7 passing. Michigan State will start the 3rd quarter with the football as Michigan kicks into the wind, and it's taken by one of the up men, and the Spartans will have very good field position as Garrett Selleck is there for Michigan State on its 45. Our game track is brought to you by Bud Light. Robinson 3 of 11 passing, only 7 rushing attempts, 42 yards. Baker has had a good day running the ball, had a touchdown as the Spartans seniors look to sweep the Wolverines.
See if Mark D'Antonio puts Kirk Cousins into the game. What I mean by that, they have the win. Let him use his arm.
Chris, they also have field position. The last 3 drives are the 5-yard line, 5-yard line, and 10 backed up. Now they're near midfield.
Best starting field position of the day. And it's Baker on first down, breaking free for a moment and then slipping out of another tackle. Baker running hard. Martin has to chase him down. I was checking with Quinn Kesnick down on the field.
The wind continuing to be a huge factor here this afternoon, blowing out of the northwest at around 30 miles an hour. That's left to right diagonally across the field. Mark D'Antonio said it has impacted every single play of this ball game. Keep in mind, both teams have taken their shots with the wind. We've seen a bunch of overthrows left to right in this ball game. That could be ultimately the difference when this thing's said and done. Who connects with the wind?
Yeah, about 43 passing yards for Michigan and 62 for Michigan State. Run of about 12 yards for Edwin Baker. And he'll get it again. And he's met in the hole and dropped at the 39, but a 4-yard pickup. Brandon Hawthorne on the stop.
The comfort level of a play caller when you're in plus territory with the wind at your back. Just visualize that from the guy calling plays. You can call run, you can call pass, you can spread it. I mean, right now, Michigan, this is the best position Michigan State's been in the entire game.
Baker with 86 yards rushing, had a $147 in the win over Michigan last year. Baker on 3 straight plays. He'll come up a couple of yards short of a first down. Van Bergen on the stop. 3rd down coming up.
When you see the big guys right there in the green, the big guys get excited when you start running the football. It feels like they're part of the game. And Baker's running north and south, not east and west. And he's making the most of his opportunities, keeping Le'Veon Bell on the bench.
I think you're in 2-down territory right here. Pound the ball and try to get the first down if you come up short.
Now it's going to be Keyshawn Martin on it in the round. He's got the first down to the 32-yard line. Spun down by Thomas Gordon. 1st and 10, Michigan State. Michigan State wearing an alternate uniforms at rivalry series. Breaking it out today. Michigan came out before the game in its traditional road uniforms, then went all white, changed in the locker room just before kickoff. Uniforms they wore on the road in the mid-70s. Both teams were fired up to start the game, but not a lot of energy since the opening quarter. First down, play fake. Cousins. Long throw, incomplete, inside the 20-yard line. He was going for Martin again. And defended by true freshman Blake Countess.
That's his 2nd drop of the day. Plus, B.J. Cunningham has a drop. Look at his dart, though. With the win, his confident throw, right on target, and he's got to get it. He's let that ball get into your body as opposed with your hands to go attack the ball. The ball beat him up.
I'll tell you the one thing, we can't feel it up here in the press box, and our viewers can't feel it at home. When the wind is out there 30 to 35 miles an hour, the ball can flare on the receivers, and that could be why they're dropping them.
Here's the toss, and Baker's around the edge inside the 25. He stays in bounds. Finally knocked out at the 8-yard line by Kovacs.
When you tackle, keep your head up. If you don't keep your head up, you're either going to miss and throw a no-hitter or not make a play for your teammates. Gordon, number 30, coming into your picture right here. Where's that head go? Down. And it could be marked back by the first down marker.
We'll see if they review it further upstairs and stop play. Fullback Todd Anderson. It's Bell. Looking for running room. It's not there. Stood up for a loss. Craig Rowe with his second tackle for a loss.
This is a great call by Greg Madison. They're in Bear defense. Once again, they did this one time earlier. A zero nose covering up the center. They're covering both guards. You can't run the ball against Bear defense. There's only a couple plays that are good. The quarterback's got to check you out of that play and get you to an option or a throw.
And that's one adjustment that they have to make. They saw it once in the first half, now in the second half. When they come to the sidelines, that's where coaching comes into play. When they jump to Bear, we know we have one-on-one coverage. Start up to B.J. Cunningham, let him go make a play.
3-yard loss. Baker back in a tailback for second and goal on the 10. It's play action. And Cousins hit as he throws back of the end zone. It's out of bounds. 3rd down and goal at the 10 coming up.
Got a 5th-year quarterback, a 3-year starter, a guy that we saw in pregame warm-ups just was throwing dots all over the place. Spread the field a little bit, try to isolate a receiver on one of the Michigan defenders and throw a nice option route in the middle of the field. It's too windy to start throwing these balls outside deep corner routes. The balls are floating all over the place. Throw a nice option route inside the hash mark.
Don't you have to do that here, though? 3rd and goal on the 10?
That's what you do right now.
Absolutely, you have to.
Here's his target, B.J. Cunningham, number 3.
3rd down and goal at the 10. Cousins will throw short of the goal line. Martin is hit and out of bounds. No touchdown. One official said he was out at the 2. Another says touchdown.
Now here's the question. His body hits the pylon, but does the ball cross the plane? He's still in bounds there. Poor tackling again.
He got the ball
Touchdown.
out. Touchdown. Unless his knee was down prior to the ball crossing the plane, but no, it's not. That's a touchdown. A play by Keyshawn Martin, his first touchdown of the year, 11th of his career. A point after makes it 14-7, Michigan State. Again, looked like some uncertainty amongst the officials as to whether he was in or not, but the emphatic touchdown call. No further review, and the Spartans lead it for the first time today. Good opening drive to this 3rd quarter. On 3rd and goal from the 10, they throw it short of the goal line, and Martin gets into the end zone for the touchdown. So Kirk Cousins and Michigan State open the game with a 9-play scoring drive. They open the second half with a 9-play scoring drive. The other common denominator, best starting field position of the day, both situations. Near the 40-yard line to start, and then for the second half at its 46-yard line after a bad kickoff.
Other common denominator, Michigan decided not to tackle on those last 3 plays of the Michigan State drive.
Tough to hit what you can't see.
Kickoff into the wind. And here's Odoms for Michigan. Dumped at the 27-yard line. Michigan starting from his 27. Denard Robinson in at quarterback, and no running room for Shaw, but he's able to get actually positive yardage. Vincent Smith on the carry was hit in the backfield. Worthy there for Michigan State. It's a gain of 2.
Jerome Worthy did a nice job with the big fella, what we call a swim technique, where he takes his arm, throws it over the offensive lineman, and was able to secure the tackle on Smith.
Same formation with Smith and Denard Robinson in the backfield. And Robinson will throw. He's just 3 of 11. Has time. Downfield pass is way over the head of Roy Roundtree. He's upset with his receiver. That pass was a mile high.
Hard play action pass. They clear out number 21. Has a nice throwing lane. Chris, you got to make that throw, man. That's got to win this game. Denard's got to step up and make that throw.
Well, we had a poor first half versus Northwestern last week. He came back and had a strong second half.
They had 3 picks in the first half. In the second half, just 1 incompletion. Here's 3rd and 8. Robinson will throw, in trouble. And Robinson's got Green in front of him. Gets away from the defender, but Michigan State flying to the football. Robinson is short of the first down by about 5 yards.
Taking proper angles prevented Denard Robinson from getting the first down. Number 50, Brett Gardner, in the open field. His job is not to get him down, but he slowed him down.
Following the play, dead ball. Unnecessary roughness, late hit. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So that's on William Golston. There was no penalty flag down. The officials were conferring. It's William Golston with a late hit. It would have been 4th down, and Michigan was going to punt.
You got to control yourself. Then he did the mistake of grabbing Denard's face mask and twisting it, some type of big-time wrestling move, which is a mental error. And the only thing you can celebrate is that you cost your teammates a chance to get the ball back.
9th Michigan State penalty. Robinson in trouble again in the backfield, backing up and sacked at the 40-yard line. Kevin Pickelman is there for Sparty.
The corner blitz from the top of the screen. One way to contain an athletic quarterback is bring outside pressure. Keep him in the pocket. He's calling the right blitzes at the right time.
Yeah, that's on the receiver, though. Denard Robinson was looking for the hitch because you have the safety coming over to take the coverage of the corner. The receiver kept running, and Denard Robinson was looking to throw the quick hot read.
That's a great
Not
play.
on the same page.
2nd and 19. Have not seen a lot of design runs for Denard Robinson today. Only 9 carries. Many of those are scrambles. Here he goes again. Robinson with running room. And into Michigan State territory. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8.
That's a called run with the running back as your lead blocker. It's basically a lead draw out of the single wing type of mentality. A good call right there by Al Borges.
The one thing to negate the quarterback run, a quarterback draw, and Narducci has done it earlier today, interior pressure now. They bring the linebackers up through the inside, fill the running lanes, because this is 3rd down and 8. This is another quarterback draw opportunity.
The only way they do that is because they have the ability to line up and play man.
They're just 1 of 7 on 3rd down today. 14 of 17 last week against Northwestern. Robinson throwing in 3rd down and long. And running around, has an open man. It's Roundtree able to hang on for the first down at the 34. And he's shaken up. Went high in the air, undercut, hit the ground, but hung on.
It's a good vertical by Roundtree. He almost mistimed his jump, but he jumped so high he was still able to make the play. That's why you keep Denard Robinson in the football game, because he extends plays and keeps plays alive. I don't care if he's 2 for 55. You keep him in the game because he can make a play.
That's just his 4th completion as they get 15 yards on 3rd and 8. First down on the 34 of MSU. Robinson hands it off to Vincent Smith, and Chris Norman able to get to him, and now pushing and shoving after the play, and it quickly subsides. The fans erupted here at Spartan Stadium, but no flag. It's a gain of 2 for Vincent Smith of Michigan.
Gallen just body slammed number 5, Johnny Adams. Watch this. He's got his hands inside. That's a great job of blocking, and now you're going to see a nice little body slam right here. I'll take it all day, receiver. I'll take it all day. You want to play? Be physical like that.
We're in front of the official. Isn't that a flag?
Well, Adams had his hand on his face mask. Isn't that a flag?
2nd and 8. And Robinson pulling it back. And incomplete. He had Gallen out there.
You have number 77 again. Lawan downfield. Blocking.
The last 2 situations, Chris, after they hit that Q draw, quarterback draw earlier, the defense coordinator Narducci has pulled up the interior pressure by the linebackers. That's why there's no rushing lanes for the quarterback the last 2 plays.
Design quarterback run here on 3rd and 8.
I do a quick screen outside. If they're bringing interior pressure, what are you attacking on the perimeter?
1 of 5 passing on 3rd down is Robinson. They picked up 3rd and 8, throwing the ball earlier in the drive. 3rd and 18 for Denard. Robinson. Deep throw, and it is broken up, incomplete. Kelvin Grady, the intended receiver. Trenton Robinson on the coverage. It is 4th down.
You know, we talked about these athletic corners that these coaches have great confidence in. This is a speed post, and the corner undercuts it. That's an excellent play by these 2 corners. All day they've been man-to-man on Michigan's receivers, daring them to throw the ball.
It's Trenton Robinson, like a corner, can play safety and play the nickel. Did a good job. I love his body control, getting in there and not running through the receiver, but avoiding contact.
I think these 2 corners can go on and play at the next level.
Martin fielding it on the 10. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. He's across the 20 and brought down at the 23 by John McColgan. Michigan State with a 3rd down and 8. Michigan showing blitz. Here they come. Cousins gets rid of it to Cunningham. And Cunningham into Michigan territory. 1st down and more.
Greg Madison dials up a free safety blitz. Kirk Cousins knows it's unblocked. He gives some ground. Finds a crossing route against a fire zone coverage. That was a mature quarterback to hang in there. You can see the free safety blitz. He knows he's going to be unblocked. To hang in there and hit a crossing route. Excellent job by the 5th-year senior.
The matchup with Jake Ryan in his zone pressure. No matchup for B.J. Cunningham. Tough duty for Jake.
1st down at the 46 of Michigan. Play fake for Cousins. And he's going to go deep. And there's a Michigan player there, incomplete. Thomas Gordon. Cunningham was the Michigan State receiver.
Chris, let's talk about that play call for a minute. They realize they're going to have the wind for 3 more minutes for the rest of the entire game. Let's take a shot. You're getting your cross midfield now. Take that shot. Now come back. And let's try to get the 1st down. I like the call. I like the fact he just launched it and didn't just throw it up for anybody to catch.
We were kind of waiting for it. Now you can also loosen them up a little bit by the threat of going deep and work at the middle of the field at the intermediate routes.
You guys remember that backwards pass? They ruled there was no immediate recovery. That's why they didn't review it. Michigan stopped. They should have kept running. Get on the football. That's a reviewable play. Here's Baker straight ahead. Stood up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down. Let's go back to the pass by Cousins. Ruled forward, but it appears here to be a backwards pass. Now watch. If it's an immediate recovery by Michigan, you can review it, but they kind of stopped. It was not an immediate recovery, and we were told by the replay booth it's not reviewable because the player stopped and there was no immediate recovery.
I beg to differ because the official down there, ruled it incomplete pass. And the whistle blows, and sometimes it's like Pavlov's dogs. You're trained to do something. When a whistle blows, you stop playing.
But you get on the ball.
Yeah.
Well, you do coach that. Go get on the ball, especially on any laterals or screen type plays.
On 3rd and 4, it's Cunningham with another first down catch. When they need a big play in the passing game, it's B.J. Cunningham who's there for Kirk Cousins.
You know, your headphones can say a lot, including hearing the ball hit glove on contact.
Chris, you've been talking all day about the fundamentals of quarterback play. Kirk Cousins is one of the best I've seen this year. In pregame warmups, he was lighting it up, and then every throw he's been making, the touchdown pass prior to this drive, and that one, he's setting his feet, he's getting the ball out fast and putting it on target.
3 for 3 passing this half on 3rd down, Kirk Cousins. Here's Le'Veon Bell powering into the secondary, and the 230-pound back picks up about 6 yards. Michigan State trying to hand Michigan its first loss for the 3rd straight season. The Wolverines are 11th in the country. Michigan State is 23rd. The Spartans are 4-1. The leader, or the winner rather, takes control for now of the Legends division.
This might not be a bad opportunity for Coach Madison to go into that Bear front, which has been their most solid front against the run. Staying with their conventional defense.
And their big back in Bell on 2nd and 5. Play fake for Cousins. And a screen to the tight end, Linthicum, who's loose inside the 15.
What a great job by Selleck, number 85. Not giving up on a play and not clipping in the back, because he's going to take care of number 32, Kovacs. Watch Selleck right there in your screen. See that? Not giving up, and getting his body in front and hitting him on the side. That's teamwork and smart football, but not hitting him in the back, even though how tempting it could be.
See if the Wolverine defense can come up with a stop.
There's the Bear front.
It's Le'Veon Bell, and he gets to the outside. Kovacs missed a tackle. Bell eventually planted at about the 12 for a hard-fought gain of 3.
You know, I stay with that Bear front because you got to know your opponent here and where the comfort zone of Michigan State is to run the football, Coach.
And Bear defense is when, once again, you're playing 5 down, you're covering all offense linemen. Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball very well. You got the win now for 40 more seconds. I'd let him throw this ball a couple of times there and try to drive it in. He's throwing the ball very accurate the last few drives.
Little half roll here, looking for Keyshawn Martin. Martin makes a man miss. Martin dives. Touchdown, Michigan State. That's the second time that Keyshawn Martin, after the catch, has run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Boy, and it's set up, too, by good play calling. A nice pick by B.J. Cunningham, number 3. Picking off the inside coverman for Michigan, leaving Martin wide open in the flat.
Well, you called it, Urban. You got the win there. Throw the ball a little bit. Cousins did. And got Martin in the open field and ran it in.
You catch Michigan in man defense, there's no better play in football than this pick route that Michigan State's going to run. You're going to see a corner route here, a guy inside and a guy to the flat. You're going to make the man-to-man defender run through 3 different picks. No chance. You don't have a better play in your playbook against man coverage than to get 2 picks on the guy coming in motion running to the flat.
Now what you have to do is you have to have the ability to bounce men, trade men, and each guy slide out one guy, or you have some type of matchup where there's the outside receivers always taken care of, and you see the excitement of Kirk Cousins going for number 4 against the arch rival, the Michigan Wolverines.
How about a little redemption story? Keyshawn Martin wide open, first drive, bomb in his hands, out of his hands, incomplete. Now Michigan State did score on that drive, but he comes back with 2 big plays here in the quarter to push the lead to 14 points.
So the last 2 drives, the play calling has been excellent by Ruchar. He's figuring out this. You'd like to see him get to those man-to-man beaters a little bit earlier. You know Michigan's going to be man-to-man to stop the run.
Muma booting it away. And gets the help of the wind. Odoms will take a knee. It'll come out to the 20. And it's a 14-point game here, Scott. Tied at 7 at the break. Michigan State now leading. And does this mean Denard Robinson has to throw the rest of the way?
I think you wait till he gets the win. I'd run it here, get myself to the fourth quarter with the win.
And they're going to throw it. It's tipped at the line and incomplete. Trying to get Hemingway out in space. Trenton Robinson, safety, got a piece of the football.
It's the continuous pressure package of Pat Narduzzi, and see Trenton Robinson getting up high in the air. Coach Izzo might want to recruit him.
Okay, think about this, Chris, real fast now. You have 3 timeouts. If they throw another incomplete pass, you want to make Michigan punt into the wind.
Very good point.
So be aware of Mark D'Antoni using a timeout here if you wanted to force them to punt into the wind.
To run play to Toussaint on second down. He gets creamed at the 24-yard line. Got 4. It'll bring up third down. Chris Norman with a big hit. And a timeout called here by Mark D'Antonio.
I love that call. He's looking at a 35 to 40 mile an hour wind. He's going to force them, if he can, to punt into the wind. That's a 20 to 30-yard offensive play if you force him to punt into the wind. Great call by D'Antonio.
You remember what Mark told Quinn Kesnick, that the wind has had a factor in every single play in this game, so he's going to take advantage of it right now.
3rd and 7. He's going to throw it. Robinson in the pocket, and it's caught, and Roundtree has the first down. There is a penalty marker down, though, at the 20-yard line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's on Golston again, and that'll give Michigan good field position now with the wind at its back when we get to the fourth quarter. They still got one more play here in the third. Oh, Golston throwing a punch on.
He's done.
Yeah.
Taylor Lewan.
And don't forget, Golston already had 1 personal foul. They called him for a late hit, but he actually grabbed the face mask of Denard Robinson and jerked his neck. Now they got to have a talk with him because he's going to kill their team.
They did run the clock, so the next play will be with Brady Hoke's team having the wind at its back, but down 2 scores going to the fourth. Welcome back to East Lansing with Michigan State on top of Michigan, 21-7. William Golston looks like he throws a punch. Left tackle Taylor Lewan got a penalty but was not thrown out. Denard Robinson coming in motion, and here's Robinson with running room. Robinson inside the 40, spilled at the 36-yard line. So penalties keeping this drive alive for Michigan. They've been flagged 11 times in this game.
The momentum, when you have the wind at your back, once again, the confidence of the players, if you have to throw, just the feeling of knowing that that wind's behind you, not forced to face that wind this whole fourth quarter. Advantage Michigan right now.
7 consecutive punts for Michigan. Robinson is 5 of 18 passing. He's run the ball 14 times for only 56 yards against this stout Michigan State D. Robinson has Roundtree, and he's loose, and he's in. Touchdown, Michigan!
Said it once, I'll say it again. That's why he should never leave the field. Get him in man-to-man coverage. Roundtree gets Adams on his back. Adams tries to come over the top. Roundtree big and strong. Little slant route because the DB was playing off. Well pass, well catch, well 6.
Now Gibbons for the point after. Denard Robinson with his 11th touchdown pass of the season. Took 6 seconds for them to score, and it's a 1-possession game in East Lansing. The Wolverines are alive. A one-possession game after that touchdown pass by Robinson. Still only 162 yards in total offense. But a 34-yard touchdown pass to Roundtree. Cousins has had a good day throwing the football for Michigan State. The Spartans have been backed up a lot, though, today, and it's hurt them. Here's Hill on the return for Michigan State. And he's knocked down at the 21-yard line.
To contain a player like Denard Robinson, you have to make a commitment, and Michigan State does. They put 9 guys to stop Denard. That leaves your corners on an island. Man-to-man coverage, great release. Excellent throw by Denard. We have a ball game now. They have the win for the next 10 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Urban and I have been talking about that's why he's in the ball game. Just because he forces a defensive coordinator to play a certain defense to put receivers in that man-to-man position, and there was no safety help. Win a one-on-one battle, and he throws one good one, 6 points.
Here's an end around on 1st and 10 to Martin, and Martin fumbled the ball, and Michigan's got it. The second fumble this half by Michigan State. It's recovered by Morgan. The true freshman has got it. It was Kovacs on the fumble return for Michigan.
TJ Floyd coming up and putting the helmet, and guess what he did? Good fundamental tackle. Watch him. He's going to wrap up. What do we talk about all day? When you wrap up, 2 good things can happen. Instead of body blowing and not using his arms, you have a chance of knocking the ball out. And TJ Floyd, by fundamentals, created a turnover for his offense to tie this score, put him in position to tie the score.
First down at the 32-yard line of Michigan State. Pressure coming. Robinson in trouble, and Robinson gets sacked on first down. Loss of 8 on the play. It's Danikos Allen. Second sack for him today.
With pressure up the middle all day. Here comes pressure up the middle. Golston's going to come around inside eventually. And what happens is Denard Robinson feels that pressure. His eyes drop from downfield and just looks for a place to run.
Second and long. Robinson with time. The underneath throw is pulled in at the 35-yard line by Hemingway. And now third down and about 12.
Footwork. When he gets his footwork, he's a good thrower of the football. And that one pass, I just sense a more confident quarterback throwing the ball. Man-to-man.
Robinson on 3rd and 13, in trouble again. Steps away from pressure. Got a wide open man. It's Colger, and he's going to come up just short of the first down. It looks like 4th and inches. Do you go for it here if you're Michigan?
No question. You got one of the best players in the country. It's going to be close. He might get the first down here.
Well, Michigan appears to be lining up to go for it on 4th down and inches.
Going to no huddle, a little bit of tempo. Now,
Smith is in the backfield with Robinson.
He had a little bit of an option off this look.
Robinson, nope, he kept it, and he's got the first down. What a great ball fake by Robinson. First down at the Michigan State 18. The fans erupted here. They thought here in East Lansing that it was Smith that had the football.
That's not a ball fake. That's it. He's reading the defender. If that guy tackles the back, wow. I mean, usually you don't have to pull it that late.
What a play.
That's the option, though. That's something that they do have in their arsenal. They don't run it a lot.
Fumble! Robinson picks it up, though. And he loses about a yard on the play. Heads up play, though, by the quarterback.
And Michigan changed it up a little bit, going a little bit of tempo. That's a second fumbled snap out of the shotgun. That's on Denard Robinson. Devin Gardner, we saw the fumble. Denard Robinson's trying to read the coverage down the field, took his eyes off the ball. Urban talked about a fundamental. See the ball hit your hands.
The one-on-one matchup at the bottom of the screen again. That's where the touchdown was earlier. Previous drive.
Robinson on 2nd and 11. Quick toss over the middle is incomplete. Trying for his tight end Koger. So now it's 3rd and 11. Are you in 4-down territory? Are you running a play with 7:13 left? With that in mind, or are you thinking, hey, we just need to get points after that takeaway?
Okay, you have 3 timeouts left. If it's 4th and manageable, you go for it. If not, kick the field goal and come back and try to win the game with a touchdown.
I get points in the red zone, and I have time left and plus timeouts. Points when you can get them.
Robinson on third down and long, in trouble. Now has time to throw, and right at the first down marker, it's caught by Gallen. It all depends on the spot.
Poor decision by Denard Robinson. He had the first down. If he wanted it with his legs, you're going to see an open lane where he could take off and run. Now, he did a good job of buying time with his feet and threw a nice ball. But you're going to see this open running lane right there. Oh, man, he had a chance to get the first down with his feet.
All right, it's 4th and inches. They're going.
Watch for the hard count now. Michigan State's been a little bit jumpy up front. Interesting, Jarrell Worthy, number 99, on the bench.
Fourth down for Denard Robinson in Michigan.
Sneak it right there.
Well, Robinson fakes it. He's looking to throw the football, and down he goes, and Michigan State takes over on downs. Johnny Adams made the play for Sparty.
I'll show you something. The corner blitz is coming, but anytime he should have the audible to sneak it. See this gap right here? You need an inch. Just go straight ahead. Johnny Adams coming from the top of your screen. They try to get cute. They run right into the blitz, and to me, it looks like Stephen Hopkins, number 33, wasn't looking for the ball again off the corner blitz. He's got nowhere to throw the ball. You didn't need to get fancy. You need to keep the drive alive, Urban. What's the call?
Get the first down.
Sneak it.
Michigan State takes over on downs. Plenty of time left, though, in the ball game. Spartans will run it here, and Baker able to lunge forward and get through an arm tackle. Kenny Demmons on the stop, a gain of 3.
I tell you, I want to go back to that play. A lot of times a play caller will look like a hero. If that corner blitz was not on, someone would have been wide open on 4th and short. At times you're going to make that call. You can't look back, move forward. But I'm like Chris, get the first down. But we would all been sitting right here in this whole stadium. He's a hero if that guy doesn't have a corner blitz.
Well, first of all, Stephen Hopkins, a running back, was out there coming off the edge with the corner blitz. He was not looking. He didn't have the hot read with Denard Robinson. If he didn't even have anybody to throw the ball to, Dave.
What about the field goal? Why not just take the points at that point?
You got a half a yard. You got a big gap. Sneak it.
There's a pitch to Baker, and he can't get outside. Run out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 6. 3rd down and 4. They gave him an extra 1.5 yards. Ball on the 25-yard line. Cousins in shotgun.
No safety.
And Cousins' throw is incomplete. It was behind Deion Sims. And the Spartans now will punt the football on 4th and 4. And I understand what you guys are saying about the play call back on 4th down, but you work that hard to get in there. Why not just take the points? Because now you get the ball back with a chance to maybe go in and win the football game.
Logic says go get the first down. After being in that situation many times in 20-some years, every once in a while you got to take that shot.
And how much confidence do you have in your field goal kicker?
And now you got to punt into the wind if you're Sadler. Line drive kick. Gallen will let it bounce and get away from it. And Michigan will have the ball around its 35-yard line. 3 timeouts and Denard Robinson and 4:40 on the clock. Michigan down 7. They pass Chris Spielman, Urban Meyer, Quinn Kesnick on the field. Here is a blitz. Robinson throws a pick. Intercepted by Isaiah Lewis to the house. Touchdown, Spartans. Isaiah Lewis's 2nd interception return for a touchdown this season. 39 yards on the return.
You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Michigan State chose life.
Conroy's extra point makes it 28-14 Michigan State.
Okay, Michigan in a hurry-up offense or an empty. That means you have 5 blockers. Michigan State's going to bring all 6. 4 down plus the 2 inside backers. That means you're in a hot situation. Denard knows that. We have a misfire right here by number 2. Should run a slant. Missed assignment by the number 2 receiver on the bottom of the screen.
I'll tell you what, right there should have been a penalty flag. There should have been a flag and no touchdown on Isaiah Lewis. Watch after the INT. He sticks the ball out to a Michigan player, Denard Robinson, and appears to taunt him. That should have been a flag. It should not have been a touchdown.
That ball should have been spotted at the 5-yard line.
That's a new ruling this year, and the officials missed it. That was a taunt. Should not have been a touchdown. And that was blatant. It was obvious. Odom's backing up, and out of the end zone. It will come out to the 20. Still time left. 4:31. Michigan had a quick score earlier this quarter on a touchdown pass to Roundtree.
I'm going to go back to it again now. The one thing you don't want to do is give up a quick score. I know you've been successful. You just had quick points off of it. Now, Pat Narduzzi might want to become a little bit less aggressive with a 14-point lead and 4:31 left. I don't know if that's in his nature, because I'll tell you, he has the people to get this done.
6th snap of the second half, a quarterback for Devin Gardner. Throwing to the sideline, it's caught, and Gallen is loose. They finally get to him inside the 35-yard line, tracked down by Trenton Robinson at the 33.
I don't know why you put yourself in this position. You're going to see right here, Gallen does a nice route and get missed tackled by Johnny Adams, who's normally pretty good. Isaiah Lewis does a good job of hustling, but they blitzed. You don't need to blitz. Keep it in front of you.
Gardner dropped the snap again, and going deep into the end zone, where it's incomplete, intended for Gallen, with Johnny Adams defending.
He had him beat, Dave. He had him beat. The ball was late. He had to stop for the ball. Johnny Adams does a good job recovering right there. If he's able to throw that in stride, and Gallen kind of stopped. He's got to work either underneath him or go work to the football.
Robinson still shaken up on the Michigan sideline. Here's Gardner with time to throw. Everybody covered now, creating running lane. Gardner inside the 30, threw it into the end zone wide open, but he was past the line. Flags are down. It's no touchdown. He was past the line. Hemingway was wide open in the end zone, but Gardner, the young quarterback, not a lot of reps, was over the line of scrimmage. It was the 33. He threw it at about the 30-yard line, so he's well over.
You'll see Gardner. The black line will be the line of scrimmage.
Illegal forward pass. Number 7 on the offense. Quarterback was beyond the line. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Lost it down.
There's the black line, which is line of scrimmage.
It's got to be the entire body, and it's over by about 2 yards there when he throws it. So loss of down. Now it's 3rd and 15.
So play with a couple of safeties back there. You're all right. You get good pressure.
Gardner in trouble and can't get away from Marcus Rush.
First time we've seen Michigan State would go to drop 8.
Yeah.
They've been blitzing all day. When you can rush 3 people and get a sack, that tells you have great effort by the defense line. Only 3 rushers coming. You should have double teams. That's really inexcusable by the Michigan offensive line. You should have that guy doubled.
4th down and 22 at the 45-yard line of Michigan State.
Still playing press just to get jams on the wide receivers. Wouldn't be surprised if they bail out.
It's Devin Gardner in for the injured Denard Robinson, and Gardner going to step up, and he's got to do something with it. He's still going, still in play, gets a block. Here comes another Spartan. Gardner still running around, back at his 40, gets another block, and finally down, Michigan State ball. Robinson out with a torso injury. And Gardner in there at quarterback made a big mistake. It looked like he had running room or a touchdown pass, but was over the line when he threw it, negated the score, and now Michigan turns it over on downs.
You don't run on 4th and 22. The worst that can happen is you get an interception, throw it up for grabs, and hope your player goes and makes a play. The guy that's been eliminated from this game for Michigan's offense, averaged 26.1 yards per catch, was Junior Hemingway. And today, Junior has 3 catches for 43 yards.
The pitch to Baker. Michigan State has fumbled twice this half. Baker hanging on to it here as Wolverines try to rip it out. Kovacs on the tackle, gain of 1. Clock running. Michigan with 2 timeouts left. The last time Michigan State beat Michigan 4 straight times was 59-62. I asked Mark D'Antonio yesterday, what would it mean to you? He says 5 straight would be better than 4, with a smile on his face. He does not like Michigan. And you go back to the Mike Hart comments in 07, calling Michigan State a little brother, and D'Antonio, usually pretty mild-mannered, said, hey, they need to check yourself. Pride goes before the fall. And they've gotten the better of Michigan now 4 straight years if they can hang on. 1 timeout left for the Wolverines. On 3rd and 7, it's Baker trying to get outside. And Baker has the first down and more inside the 25-yard line.
Everything's good, except you got to be a smart football player and get down inbounds, not out of bounds. But that man right there, Edwin Baker's played one heck of a football game, ran with purpose and intent today.
We had the ability to watch Wisconsin earlier in the year.
Matchup there.
Michigan State's defense is, before this game, was #1 in America, total defense. I can't wait to see that they play next week. Michigan State's defense against the Wisconsin offense is going to be the difference in the Big Ten for the Big Ten championship.
How about Baker? 173 yards today at 252 the entire season coming in. Baker gets nothing here, though. Brought down to the line of scrimmage. Michigan State the last 2 years handed Michigan its first loss of the season, and it's going to happen again. What will the response be from Brady Hoke's squad? You look at 09, they weren't a very good team. They were awful on defense, finished 1-7. Last year struggled on deep, 2-6. Are they better on defense, guys, or is this going to be another fall from grace, if you will, here in 2011?
They're absolutely better on defense. Much better, much improved, much more sound. But I'm not sure they're better on offense than what they've been.
When you look today, Michigan State granted the #1 defense in the country in yards allowed coming in, just 14 points as Baker is wrapped up in the backfield. But Robinson struggled. They're using 2 different quarterbacks. They're not getting a lot from their tailbacks.
I think the question is, they're better on defense. They're not as good on offense. The question you have to ask, are they a better team?
I think they're a better team overall than they were last year.
That'd be true.
Is that Mark D'Antonio cracking a smile, Dave?
Yeah, I wonder if his players were saying, throw it. It's 3rd and 13. Throw the ball. How about that? 4 straight wins. So this senior class goes 4-0 against Michigan.
Their defense, I'm impressed with Michigan's defense.
Baker goes down.
Play hard.
Ball may have come out. Recovered by Michigan State. And the Spartans hang on to the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
No handshakes. Michigan's running off the field.
Michigan State beats Michigan again, 28-14. So long from East Lansing. For Urban Meyer, Chris Spielman, Quint Kesnick, our entire crew, I'm Dave Pasch. Now back to the studio and Scott Van Pelt.